Shalom and welcome to Who is Yahuah. Thank you for joining me as we gather today's portion from the scriptures. Today's reading is Barashyth, Genesis, chapters 4 through 7. Barashyth, Genesis, chapter 4. The man knew Yahuah, his wife. She conceived and gave birth to Cain and said, I have gotten a man with the help of Yahuah. Again, she gave birth to Cain's brother, Habal. Habal was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. As time passed, it happened that Cain brought an offering to Yahuah from the fruit of the ground. Habal also brought some of the firstborn of his flock and of its fat. Yahuah respected Habal and his offering, but he didn't respect Cain and his offering. Cain was very angry, and the expression on his face fell. Yahuah said to Cain, Why are you angry? Why has the expression on your face fallen? If you do well, will it not be lifted up? If you don't do well, sin crouches at the door. Its desire is for you, but you are to rule over it. Cain said to Habal, his brother, Let's go into the field. It happened when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Habal, his brother, and killed him. Yahuah said to Cain, Where is Habal, your brother? He said, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Yahuah said, What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries to me from the ground. Now you are cursed because of the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. From now on, when you till the ground, it won't yield its strength to you. You shall be a fugitive and a wanderer in the earth. Cain said to Yahuah, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, you have driven me out of this day from the surface of the ground. I will be hidden from your face, and I will be a fugitive and a wanderer in the earth. It will happen that whoever finds me will kill me. Yahuah said to him, Therefore, whoever slays Cain, vengeance will be taken on him sevenfold. Yahuah appointed a sign for Cain, lest any finding him should strike him. Cain went out from the presence of Yahuah and lived in the land of Nud, east of Adon. Cain knew his wife. She conceived and gave birth to Chanuk. He built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Chanuk. To Chanuk was born Irad. Irad became the father of Mahuial. Mahuial became the father of Methushaal, and Methushaal became the father of Lamech. Lamech took two wives. The name of the first was Adah, and the name of the second was Salah. Adah gave birth to Yabal, who was the father of those who dwell in tents and have livestock. His brother's name was Ubal, who was the father of all who handle the harp and pipe. Salah also gave birth to Thabul Qayn, the forager of every cutting instrument of brass and iron. Thubal Qayn's sister was Naamah. Lamech said to his wives, Adah and Salah, Hear my voice. You, wives of Lamech, listen to my speech, for I have slain a man for wounding me, a young man for bruising me. If Cain will be avenged 7 times, truly Lamech 77 times. Adam knew his wife again. She gave birth to a son and named him Shath. For Elohim has appointed me another child instead of Habal, for Cain killed him. A son was born to Shath, and he named him Anush. Then men began to call on the name of Yahuah. Barashyth, Genesis chapter 5. This is the book of the generations of Adam. On the day that Elohim created man, he made him in the likeness of Elohim. He created them, male and female, and blessed them and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. Adam lived 130 years and became the father of a son in his own likeness after his image, and named him Shath. The days of Adam after he became the father of Shath were 800 years. And he became the father of sons and daughters. All the days that Adam lived were 930 years. Then he died. Shath lived 105 years and became the father of Anush. Shath lived after he became the father of Anush for 807 years and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Shath were 912 years. Then he died. Anush lived 90 years and became the father of Kenan. Anush lived after he became the father of Kenan 815 years and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Anush were 905 years. Then he died. Kenan lived 70 years. Kenan lived after he became the father of Mahuial 840 years and became the father of sons and daughters. And all the days of Kenan were 910 years. Then he died. Mahuial lived 65 years and became the father of Yerad. Mahuial lived after he became the father of Yerad 830 years and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Mahuial were 895 years. then he died. Yared lived 162 years and became the father of Hanuk. Yared lived after he became the father of Hanuk 800 years and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Yared were 962 years, then he died. Hanuk lived 65 years and became the father of Methuselah. Hanuk walked with Elohim after he became the father of Methuselah 300 years and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Hanuk were 365 years. Hanuk walked with Elohim, and he was not, for Elohim took him. Methuselah lived 187 years and became the father of Lamech. Methuselah lived after he became the father of Lamech 782 years and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Methuselah were 969 years, then he died. Lamech lived 182 years and became the father of sons and daughters. And he named him Nach, saying, "This same will comfort us in our work and toil of our hands because of the ground which Yahuah has cursed." Lamech lived after he became the father of Nach 595 years and became the father of sons and daughters. All the days of Lamech were 777 years, then he died. Nach was 500 years old when Nach became the father of Sham, Ham, and Japheth. Barashyth, Genesis, chapter 6. It happened, when men began to multiply on the surface of the ground, and daughters were born to them, that sons of Elohim saw the men's daughters were beautiful, and they took for themselves wives of all that they chose. Yahuah said, "My Ruach will not strive with man forever, because he is also flesh. Yet his days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of Elohim came into men's daughters and bore children to them. These were the mighty men of old, men of renown. Yahuah saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Yahuah was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him in his heart. Yahuah said, "I will destroy man, whom I have created from the surface of the ground, man along with animals, creeping things, and birds of the shamim, for I am sorry that I have made them." But Nach found favor in the eyes of Yahuah. This is the history of the generations of Nach. Nach was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time. Nach walked with Elohim. Nach became the father of 3 sons, Sham, Ham, and Japheth. The earth was corrupt before Elohim, and the earth was filled with violence. Elohim saw the earth and saw that it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on the earth. Elohim said to Nach, "The end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make an ark of gopher wood. You shall make rooms in the ark and seal it inside and outside with pitch. This is how you shall make it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, its breadth 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. You shall make a roof in the ark and finish it to a cubit upward. You shall set the door on the ark in its side. Make it with lower, second, and third levels. I, even I, am bringing the flood waters on the earth to destroy all flesh having the breath of life from under the shamim. Everything on the earth will die. But I will establish my covenant with you. You shall come into the ark, you, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you. Of every living thing of flesh, you shall bring 2 of every sort into the ark, to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female. Of the birds after their kind, of the livestock after their kind, of every creeping thing on the ground after its kind. 2 of every sort shall come to you to keep them alive. Take with you all food that is eaten and gather it to yourself, and it will be for food for you and them. Nach did everything that Elohim commanded him. Barashyth, Genesis, chapter 7. Yahuah said to Nach, "Come with all your household into the ark, for I have seen your righteousness before me in this generation. You shall take 7 pairs of every clean animal with you, the male and his female. Of the animals that are not clean, take 2, the male and his female. Also of the birds of the shamim, 7 pairs, male and female, to keep them alive on the surface of the earth. In 7 days I will cause it to rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. Every living thing that I have made, I will destroy from the surface of the ground." Nach did everything that Yahuah commanded him. Nach was 600 years old when the flood of the waters came on the earth. Nach went into the ark with his sons, his wife, his sons' wives, because of the waters of the flood. Clean animals, animals that are not clean, birds, and everything that creeps on the ground went by pairs to Nach into the ark, male and female, as Elohim commanded Nach. It happened after 7 days that the waters of the flood came to the earth. In the 600th year of Nach's life, in the second moon, on the 17th day of the new moon, all the fountains of the great deep burst open, and the windows of the Shamim were opened. The rain was on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. On that same day, Nach, Sham, Cham, and Japheth, sons of Nach, and Nach's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons entered into the ark. They and every animal after its kind, all the livestock after their kind, every creeping thing that creeps on the earth after its kind, and every bird after its kind, every bird of every sort went to Nach into the ark by pairs of all flesh with the breath of life in them. Those who entered, male and female of all flesh, went in as Elohim had commanded him, and Yahuah shut him in. The flood was 40 days on the earth. The waters increased and lifted up the ark above the earth. The waters prevailed and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the waters. The waters prevailed exceedingly on the earth, covering all the high mountains under the whole Shamim. The waters rose 15 cubits upward, covering the mountains. All flesh that moved on the earth perished. Birds, livestock, animals, every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, and every man, everything with the breath of the Ruach, of the life, in its nostrils on dry land, died. Every living thing on the surface of the ground was destroyed, including man, livestock, creeping things, and birds of the Shamim. They were destroyed from the earth. Only Nach and those with him in the ark survived. The waters prevailed on the earth for 150 days. Thank you for joining me to gather today's portion. May we continue seeking Yahuah through his word and growing in the knowledge of him, one day at a time, until Yahusha gathers us. Shalom.